To throw it. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
I got you, boy. I got you.
On third down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, check.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and inches, Stafford, and this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, give me your radar.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3-and-out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Here we go.
First down, Mayfield. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Real. Shift. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, King. Kill. Turn up. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Alert, 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 alert. Check 13. Check 13.
Mayfield looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not you. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Chandler Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Easy. 56. Mike, 56.
Stafford. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone, and that's a defensive touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You don't see me in your
Out of the gun, Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
32.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Coverage by Byron Murphy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 3rd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
21. Check line 54. Line 54. Let's go, baby. Return over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Check 99. Check 99. Check. Cross.
Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got it.
Throwing, Mayfield. Being chased out left. He's got Jack Doyle. 22 yards there, a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Run.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's another of the Cardinal backs. This is David Johnson. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Mack. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Mayfield off the play fake. Wide open receiver complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Fielded just inside the 20. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. They throw it across his body, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Check, 250. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go, G, get off the field.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal.
22.
To throw is Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Mayfield now. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He completes this one to Mack. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On 2nd down, it's Mack. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Does that happen to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
You tighten up. Real. You tighten up. Check 43. 49. 49's a mark.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. On first down, Mack. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run here with Mack. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. It's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Stafford. That is incomplete. Byron Murphy, the first pick of the second round there defensively.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
9 yards that time.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On the ground with a tight end. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
180. 57. It's our field. It's our field.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
180. King. Yo. Hey, check 20.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Alert.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Mayfield, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here's Mayfield. That's to his running back, complete. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
I want to take your role, partner, but up in the 4th quarter and going for it on 4th down and picking it up. How about that?
A big chance. That's why football is not for the faint of heart. They go back to the ground with Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Point it right.
On second down now, it's Mack. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Cardinals on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Mayfield, he's got his man, it's Butler. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Regular.
Now Mayfield running left on the option. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Hey, 133.
Now Mayfield running left on the option. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
180. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Out.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
I'm going to run you over.
They'll run for it. It's Mack, and he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down, and the Lions will take over.
Get away,
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, D.
Back to throw. Stafford. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this one to Switzer. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Now it's Stafford. Screenplay, Johnson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a run with Mack. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Mayfield. This is Butler making the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Real.
Here's Marlon Mack. And some room to maneuver. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen.
They'll run it. It's Mack. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 40 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a game of 3. Now 3rd and 5. Let's get it. Set. 180.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Arizona, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati